How to Read Anyone Instantly, 16 Psychological Tips, is brought to you by Brainetic. Number 1. Eye contact. The eyes are said to be the window to the soul. The secret is recognizing what type of eye contact someone is maintaining with you. If someone can't keep their eyes away from you, for example, it could indicate a love interest. When you look someone in the eyes and they can't seem to force themselves to look back, it's a sign that they're either nervous or have something to hide. Something is definitely up if you're talking with someone whose look makes you squirm, especially if they're very still and not blinking, and they might be lying to you. Number 2. Eyebrows. Examine a person's brows to determine their level of comfort. Surprise, worry, and fear are the 3 basic emotions that raise your brows. When you're having a casual conversation with a pal, try raising your eyebrows. Isn't it difficult to do? If someone is raising their eyebrows at you, and the issue isn't one that would normally generate surprise, worry, or terror, it's a sign that they're uncomfortable. Smiling is number 3. The mouth can lie when it comes to smiling, but the eyes can't. Genuine smiles reach the eyes, crinkling the skin around them and causing crow's feet. People often smile to cover what they're actually thinking and feeling, so watch for crinkles at the corners of their eyes the next time you want to know if someone's grin is genuine. That smile is concealing something if they aren't there. What they say. Number 4. If you meet someone for the first time and all they talk about is their fantastic better half or compliment their coworkers, odds are they're a very great person. According to studies, the more people rate others as kind, polite, caring, and well-mannered, the more likely they are to possess these characteristics themselves. On the other hand, the opposite is also true. Anyone who backstabs and accuses others of being manipulative and nasty is more likely to possess these characteristics. It's also likely that they've struggled with depression or a personality disorder in the past. Paralanguage. Number 5. Nonverbal communication, such as tone, pitch, and speaking style, is referred to as paralanguage. Essentially, it's a fancy way of expressing that you should pay attention to how someone speaks. For example, if someone responds to you in a monotone, they are most likely uninterested in your concept. Another notable example is the use of sarcasm. When someone uses sarcasm, what they're really saying is the exact opposite of what they're saying. So pay attention to how they say things and how they emphasize terms. It provides you a good indication of their genuine intentions. Number 6. A side view. People that are kind and eager to meet you will turn their bodies to face you and look you in the eyes. On the other hand, if you've just met someone and they look to the side, this is a subconscious body language hint indicating they're looking for a way out. Frequent nodding. Number 7. When someone nods, it usually means they agree with you. Excessive nodding, on the other hand, could indicate concern about acceptance. When you tell someone anything and they nod a lot, it suggests they're worried about what you think of them or that you have doubts about their capacity to follow your directions. Frequent nodding, on the other hand, could be unintentional signs for the other person to move on, similar to when someone continues looking at their watch or touches their car keys. Chin and jaw. Number 8. When trying to make a decision, people prefer to stroke their chin. They could be gazing upwards, downwards, or to the side. It's a solid sign that they're thinking about something. Stress manifests itself in clenched jaws. This shows a significant amount of discomfort, regardless of what the individual is saying. The topic of conversation could be something they're worried about, or their mind could be elsewhere and they're concentrating on what's bothering them. Number 9. Posture. You can tell a lot about someone's self-confidence by how they carry themselves. For example, if someone walks upright with their shoulders back and their gaze straight ahead, it indicates that they are confident and happy with themselves. Slouching over and staring at the ground while walking, on the other hand, provides a completely different impression. It doesn't necessarily imply that they have poor self-esteem, but it gives out that impression. Rubbing hands. Number 10. It's thought that the hands reflect what the mind is thinking. When a person rubs their hands together, it usually indicates that they are pleased with something. This is frequently done when someone is anticipating something excellent in the future and is excited about it. Handshake. Number 11. A person's handshake can reveal a lot about them. They are inclined to be subservient or a pushover if they are soft and flabby. They may be dominant types if they are too hard and crushing. It's also vital to consider the duration of time. It's strange if it's too lengthy, but it might also be a sign of disagreement if it's too short. It's conceivable that the individual does not wish to form a strong bond with you. However, it's also possible that they're short on time. Number 12, is it better to lean in or away? When someone leans in close to you, it's evident that they're interested in what you're saying. You may not realize it, but it's also a symbol of respect. When people lean in closer to you during a conversation, it indicates that they want to confide in you. It instills in you a sense of trustworthiness and worth. Leaning back, on the other hand, indicates that the person is tired of the talk or that they are uncomfortable for whatever reason. Number 13, how they hold a baby. Okay, this may seem unusual, but it's important to know. Look at which arm they use to hold the baby if you're meeting someone for the first time and they happen to be a new mother. According to studies, happy mothers prefer to hold their newborns in their left arm. Mothers who are upset or depressed tend to hold their babies in their right arm. Number 14, arms and legs crossed. Have you ever had a chat with someone whose arms or legs were crossed while you were having a conversation? It's not a good sign, and if you're on a first date or attempting to sell someone a new idea, crossed arms and legs indicate that the other person is not interested in what you're saying. Their body language reveals the narrative, even if they're smiling and having a lovely discussion. Crossed legs or arms, psychologically, indicate that a person is mentally, emotionally, and physically cut off from what is in front of them. Similarly, the path of someone's feet can indicate a lot about them. A person who likes you will stand with both feet facing you. If their feet, on the other hand, begin to go toward the door, it suggests they've had enough and want to leave. Overall appearance, number 15. What somebody wears and how they present themselves can reveal a lot about them. They may be particularly detail-oriented if they have their hair in place, their clothes pressed, and they show attention to style. Someone with a more laid-back wardrobe or bed head could be creative or just plain sloppy. Then there's the person that appears unclean and smelly. They could just be a genuinely lazy person. Copying body language is number 16 on the list. This is something you probably haven't noticed if you've never attempted to read people before. However, keep an eye out for it in the future, because when someone imitates your body language, it signifies they like you enough that they want to harmonize with you. It's an indication that the conversation is going well and that the other person is paying attention to what you're saying. This is done unintentionally, as no one goes around focused on overtly mimicking someone. When we get along with someone, though, we have a tendency to do what they do. Some of us are fairly excellent at interpreting people's body language. Others are so awful that they need the other person to come out and tell them exactly what they're thinking. It's not simple to read people, but if you can, it's a terrific skill to have. But, perhaps, using these pointers, you'll be well on your way to improving your ability to read people. Please let us know in the comments section below. Give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends if you enjoyed this video.